Welcome, Earthlings. I am Planet Mitch from planet5d.com, and I'm at Schiller's Camera. See, right there, it says Schiller's Camera. And I have the brand new 70D. It says 70D right there. 70D. We're actually recording on the 70D, and I have one for unboxing. The amazing thing about the new 70D is the autofocus while recording video. So you'll see as I walk towards the camera, it is keeping my face in focus. And as I walk away from the camera, we're going to be giving this a try. It just arrived this afternoon here at Schiller's Camera, and they are going to let me take one of these home. I am currently recording this video on the 70D. You may remember that when we were at Schiller's before, we recorded the Canon 6D. This is the 70D. And I am going to do a little side-by-side comparison here in just a moment. Stepping outside of Schiller's Camera, we're going to do the same tests we did with the Canon 6D announcement many months ago. We're using the 5D Mark III, the 5D Mark II, and the 70D. All three cameras have the same settings. We're using 1/50th of a second, f10, ISO 100, the standard picture profile, and a Kelvin of 5400. You can see that the 5D Mark III is still the king, and the 70D is very much like the 5D Mark II. There is still quite a bit of moire, which is what we expected. Canon is going to preserve the Pro line, the 5D Mark III and up, by leaving some moire on the lower end cameras. You can see on our old brick wall test that the 70D exhibits very similar results to the 5D Mark II that you see here. And here is a side-by-side of the 5D Mark III and the 70D. One last scene of the same street across from Schiller's Camera, showing the moire in the building and the telephone wires above the building. You can see jaggy lines. Much to be expected. Back at home, I have the Canon 70D in a box, and we're going to do a quick unboxing, and I know there's probably nothing really exciting in here. This is the kit with the 18-135, which comes with the usual manuals and all that kind of stuff. One thing I wanted to point out to you guys, as the kitty roams through and affects our focus greatly, I am recording this on the Canon T4i because I wanted to show you what the differences were with the focus, the autofocus on the T4i. And you're probably going to see this hunt in and out. And once I get this unboxed, we'll try a different video, maybe in the same spot, so you can see whether or not it refocuses and how well it focuses on my face. The usual stuff in the box. Look, it's all plastic. So it came with the manuals and the usual USB cord. And look at that. This has got the good Canon charger in it that goes with the LPE6 battery, like the Canon 5D Mark III has, which is really nice because the T4i has the battery charger with the long plug, which I don't like. There is your camera strap that says 70D on it. Probably can't see that. Here is the lens. So that's the 18-135 STM. Last but not least, in this big foamy pack is the Canon 70D. Da-da-da! Okay, here we are again. This is the Canon 70D that I'm using to record now. And I wanted to show you the difference in terms of the autofocus. I think you can see that the autofocus is very much better here indoors with the Canon 70D than it was with the T4i. Planet Mitch again. I noticed when I got home from the Schiller store that the video that I shot was all shot at f9 or f10, and so I was a little cautious about the autofocus issue, and so I wanted to get something that was a little bit more depth of field. Looking into the LCD, I can see that the background is out of focus, but as I back up a little bit, you can see it's still following me. Seems to do pretty well, doesn't it? All right, I have put the 24 to 105 L on the camera to see how well it does the autofocus, because it's not an STM lens. I was wondering if it only worked really well on the STM lenses. Seems to work pretty well. This very well could be an exciting camera for Canon because of the autofocus in video. It's really, really good, as you've seen in the samples before. It fits in the range below the 7D and above the T5i. It has the external monitor that flips around, which is what I'm using right now, so that I can make sure that I'm in focus. Of course, it's focusing on me no matter what I do, which is awesome. And it's obviously more expensive than the T5i, so you're going to have to shell out a bit more money if you want that autofocus. And as I've shown you, that's quite a bit better than the T4 or the T5i. It has many of the enhancements on the back of the camera, like the Canon 5D as compared to the T4i. It uses the same battery and the same charger as 5D, which is really nice. If you're using the more expensive batteries, you don't have to get another one. I'm really taken by the look and feel of the 70D because it has many of the same kinds of functions that the 5D Mark III does, especially the start and stop for recording up here. One thing I noticed over at Schiller's camera was that the 70D has the expanded digital zoom. It goes from 3x to 10x. Which I think was back on the T3i, but sort of fell off on the T4i and the T5i. But it's back on the 70D. But it does not do autofocus like we've been demoing here in that mode. So there you see a quick and simple demo and an unboxing of the brand new Canon 70D. Thanks to Schiller's camera for letting us test this version out. And I'm sure it shoots stills too. Gosh, we've forgotten all about that.